The announcement to which you are now listening is available only on the executive version of this record.
The Peace of Augsburg ensured that the princes of the Holy Roman Empire could choose the religion of his subjects and promote Protestantism. Realizing his abilities to establish equality for Protestants in Bohemia, King Rudolf II decreed the Letter of Majesty.
Decreed that all persons of the Protestant faith shall not be persecuted under the law. Protestant states now maintain the right to freely exercise their religion.
In declaring this law, the Protestant estates had now sole rights in controlling the Protestant Bohemian state church, which would come to be dominated by towns and rural nobility. However, Rudolf died shortly after.
Are you happy? Peace out, Holmes.
And his brother Matthias took over as King of Bohemia.
I am king. Suck it.
However, Matthias had to rely on his future heir's advice, Ferdinand of Styria, who supported the Catholic Counter-Reformation and opposed religious change in Bohemia.
Opposed Protestant. Cousins, let not these Protestant members trick you into what's truly divine and righteous. You should dissolve their Protestant assemblies and demand the royal land back from the Protestant estates.
Cousin, you are a most wise and respectable man. Because I don't want to cause too much trouble with my cousin, and because you need to respect my authority, I decree that all persons of Protestant faith are in contempt. The Protestant estate shall no longer maintain control over the Protestant Bohemian State Church, and I hereby order to release the royal land that is under the construction for the establishment of churches and turn it over to the Bohemian government.
Oh no, you didn't!
And yes, he did. The resulting anger and frustration that would ensue would allow for radical action to be taken against those responsible. Leading the Protestant lobby was Lord Count von Thurn, who believed that Catholic regents were responsible for Matthias's sudden decision. He and a select few of individuals from the Protestant estates met up with the 4 Catholic regents to discuss the cause of the cessation and problem.
You have been called to this, Chancellor, to determine the nature of your role in this loss of influence to His Majesty and to the Church. Lord Paul, please read the wrongdoings of the accused.
Gladly, my lord. His Imperial Majesty had sent to their graces the Lord Regents a sharp letter that was, by our request, issued to us as a copy after the original had been read aloud, and in which His Majesty declared all of our lives and honor already forfeit, thereby greatly frightening all 3 Protestant estates, as they also absolutely intended to proceed with the execution against us. We came to a unanimous agreement among ourselves that regardless of any loss of life and limb, honor and property, we would stand firm, with all for one and one for all. Nor will we be subservient, but rather we would loyally help and protect each other to the utmost against all difficulties. Because, however, it is clear that such a letter came about through the advice of some of our religious enemies, we wish to know and hereby ask the Lord Regents present if all or some of them knew of the letter, recommended it, and approved of it.
Now, understanding the nature of their impending doom, 2 of the regents stepped forward to claim responsibility of the incident. They were Lord William Slavata and Lord Jaroslav Martinic. They had originally believed that in admitting their guilt, they would only be arrested and imprisoned. Boy, were they wrong.
Count Thorn, we believe that we are responsible for convincing His Majesty to secede Protestant churches on royal land over to the government.
Our most humble apologies to you. We welcome any form of punishment you have in mind for us.
Any punishments?
Any.
Enemies of us and our religion have desired to deprive us of our letter of majesty, have horribly plagued your Protestant subjects, and have tried to force them to adopt your religion against their wits, or have them expelled for this reason. Were we to keep these men alive, then we would lose the letter of majesty and our religion, for there can be no justice to be gained from them. The sentence of death shall be imposed on the criminals. The method of punishment, defenestration.
What does that mean?
It means we're going to throw you out of the window right now, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That was you now.
No, you can't do this. No, stop! Lord, save me!
too. You're not exempt.
Please, no. Oh, God.
Hands behind your back.
No, please.
Here we go.
Please. Ah! Ah!
Bring me the secretary. I've never really liked him.
As you wish. Are you the secretary?
Philip Fabricius, as secretary and collaborator with the enemy, you are now sentenced to death by defenestration. Out the window. Out the window.
We would like to apologize to purchasers of the executive version of this record for the peremptory nature of that announcement.
Did they hit? Did they splatter?
No, they're alive.
Oh, what is this?
Ah, we're alive. Praise the Lord. Hail Mary, Mother of Jesus.
Oh, I'm covered with horse.
In reality, the men did survive the horrific fall of 70 feet, supposedly ending up in a pile of manure, which cushioned their fall. However, for the longest time, it was thought that the intercession of the Virgin Mary had saved them. And so ended the story of the Defenestration of Prague. But the underlying tension between Protestants and Catholics would not go away. Ferdinand reconquered Bohemia with the assistance of Bavaria in 1620, and executed the rebel leaders, confiscated their estates, and outlawed Protestantism in Bohemia. This religious tension was a major cause of the conflict that would be the 30 Years' War.